Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of EU4 as the Knights. In previous episode we managed to get Jerusalem. We are now coring it, but it's still going to take until September 1539, so another 2 years or so before we can form Jerusalem itself. But that is going to be happening most likely this episode. We did get a decent chunk of land in Tunis, and we probably got a bit of a... Actually, how long do we have the truce with? Mamluks until 1544, and Tunis up until 1548. So we might want to do a war against the Ottomans soon-ish. Oh, they lost another ally, have they? They're no longer allied to well, I suppose Bohemia is... Yeah, they're one province minor in there, so they're not really much of an ally, are they? So we've got quite a bit of claims on the Ottomans. We might want to do some of the wars against them. But first, let's make sure that we get rid of these rebellions over here. Kabylia is... Well, okay, so that's about to be done. Let's actually go ahead and send our transport fleet down this way. We've got quite a bit of conversions going on. We're still losing a bit of cash, but hopefully not too much. Ooh, there we go. We got the base tax in Smyrna, and we got a little bit more. So I think this is going to be good enough for mostly fixing the economy. Might still be looting a tiny bit. I suppose the corruption, once that goes down a bit further, which it is going downwards, just not necessarily quickly enough. But we're about to get some more coring done, so that should help a long way. I think it might be time for us to transport some troops down here. I don't know how much... so the Ottomans do have quite a bit of troops. They're allied to Poland. So the northern side of fighting might actually be a bit of a problem. They got a bit of troops down here. I don't know where exactly their armies are, admittedly. We don't... Well, we got a fort in Constantinople. We don't have a lot of forts along the way here. Now, Serres would definitely be a nice place for a fort. That would basically lock down the most of Greece and any traffic through here, so that would be quite handy. Okay, now there's a little bit unrest again in Tunis. Ooh, there we go. There's a lot of coring done. Now we can start doing a bit more conversions, which admittedly is going to cost us a bit more. But at the same time, now that we've got some more cores in here, that will no doubt help quite a bit with the income overall, I reckon. And actually, what I can do... Oh, we're taking a loan. What I can do is I can remove some of the edicts, actually. Don't think we need most of them anymore. This one's already converted fully as well, as much as we can convert. So that way we can... Yeah, now we're making a tiny bit of cash. And another core done. I believe this one, that is already full state, yeah, so that's not going to change too much. We could potentially start converting stuff faster over there, admittedly. I think we'll be fine even with that. Okay, so we went for the conciliatory route with the Catholic Church Reformation. There we go. Gaza is now converted. We can start converting, I suppose, Kiev. Sure. Well, we got Jerusalem to core, so I guess the unrest has gone down a lot in general now that we don't have quite as much overextension. And I am actually going to repay one of the loans, extend the other one. And we are... Oh, we're kind of happy off head in admin. So it might be time to go ahead and start increasing our development a bit more again. There we go. We could actually have up to 47,000 men, so we could maybe detach the Marines now completely. I think we've got the big fleet over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate the transport fleet from there. So we can have the Marines move outside, and then we can start maybe slowly building up some more infantry for this army. So the Marines can go and do some, you know, landings in off places, or just siege down some areas that are not too dangerous. But there we go, the conversions are definitely coming on quite nicely. Unfortunately, we can't increase our government rank until we got Jerusalem, or form Jerusalem, which admittedly shouldn't really be that far off. We could potentially increase... Oh, right, it's only... Right, these are less costly now. Well, there we go, we got on another point in mercantilism, which is no doubt going to start increasing our trade income a decent bit. Oh, Ottomans are allied to Tunis now. Interesting, so that would be in a way to start fighting... Oh, is Tunis allied to both Ottomans and Mamluks? They are. Alright then, that's a bold move. Oh, right, these are just passing through. So a little bit worried there for a moment. I don't think I need to be too concerned. Gore does not have any allies, so well, I suppose we don't have any claims there either. We've got a lot of spy network in Mamluks, but I suppose is there... Well, we could take some claims, or we could try supporting rebels, or steal maps, actually. That's not a bad one. I'm going to steal maps of Arabia from them. There we go. Now we know a lot more. So we know that this one's their vassal, which was helping them in the previous war. So I'm just going to go ahead and send these off to Cyprus. That's going to be our location for the Marines to strike away from. In the meanwhile, I suppose we could go ahead and get another infantry for this army. It will slowly increase the size of that. And once we form Jerusalem, we are going to take the new ideas that they offer, because they are really darn good as well. We won't be able to do the raiding anymore, but I think our economy should be slightly better, and we'll still have fairly good, well, I think we got discipline from there somewhere, I don't remember exactly. I think we also get morale bonus, and we do get the 25% fort defense as well somewhere. So overall, it's going to be pretty decent. Actually, as soon as Jerusalem is done, we should be getting 2 of the achievements as well, don't we? It's going to be the on the roads again, and then once we form Kingdom of Jerusalem, that's going to be 1. So that's 1, and then on the roads again, yeah, we just need to call Jerusalem. I don't know, quality again. Okay, well, it's only 2 years that we get the quality problems there. Go ahead. So right now, oh yeah, we're making a lot of money now. My goodness, yeah, that's a lot. Well, I suppose reducing the overextension probably helps quite a bit. Plus, we are starting to have a lot more areas now that are fully incorporated. Although, I suppose the governing capacity is increasing quite a bit. Well, the what we have points in there is increasing quite a bit. So, if we were to declare war on Ottomans, they do still have a larger army. Tunis would not join against me. Poland would. But we could get Austria to help me, and maybe even Papal States, actually. They haven't helped me in a long while. So that would put us roughly equal in numbers. If we were to get Naples involved as well, that would be definitely in our favor. Although it wouldn't necessarily be a piece of cake war. But I think what we'll just do is we'll wait until we have the, well, this army to full strength. Which is to say another 2 infantry. I guess we'll just recruit both of those now. It's a bit expensive. But, you know, we'll at least have another 20,000 man army. And then we'll just have the Marines as a sort of siege town places that don't have forts, and or do some quick landings in places. Capture, I don't know, like for example, do a landing in Sinop, capture that, and then bring in reinforcements through there. There is a war between, oh right, still the French war against Britain and Portugal, which the French are actually winning. I suppose they are sieging down Portugal, so what is that war about anyway? French conquest of Calais. Ah, okay. And the Portuguese were probably busy with another colonial war of theirs. There we go, that's another province converted, and another province converted. So these 2 are now being converted as well. Actually, we can just go on speed 4 right now, while we wait for things. Oh, foreign wisdom. Oh, well, I'll take some Diplo points. We are pretty high in points here. We could actually be the first one to invest into Diplotech. Islander Merchant, Naval Morale, and Naval Battery. While it would be kind of nice, I think at this point it's probably better for us to actually just invest more in development. Thessalonica is going to get a little bit of extra production. Maybe a little bit extra taxation as well. Adana is going to get a little bit of stuff as well. And Malta is going to get a little bit more taxation. There we go. So we got Thessalonica to 20 development. That should be pretty decent. And yeah, we're definitely making a pretty good amount of cash now. Oh yeah, increase it even further. Of course, that's partially because we're not converting quite as expensive provinces anymore. But there we go. This army is full. And as soon as Jerusalem is caught, we are, well, not necessarily quite ready, but almost ready to start fighting the Ottomans. We could perhaps even go ahead and oh. Right, development cost minus 5%. Oh, that's quite nice. Right, so I think what we're going to do is we'll just transport this into Antioch. Then we'll pick up the other army. Oh, Great Bang Fisheries. Fish price goes down, but salt price goes up. Alright then. Well, that's kind of unfortunate for us, because we've got a few provinces definitely that do produce a lot of fish. Which does mean that we get a lot less money that way right now. But it is what it is. This one's got the 6 cannons, so they should be pretty good at sieging down. So that's probably going to take Aleppo. Move these forward a little bit, so they'll be in good locations there. Now, while we're not quite ready to start, well, I mean, we're almost ready, I guess, to start war against the Ottomans. We might not do it quite yet. We will need to get a decent bit of allies for this war, no doubt. Now, at least our income is starting to be pretty decent. We might be able to pay off the smaller loan first. Just so that we can get rid of the, what was it again? indebted to bourgeoisie, so that reduces the trade efficiency, which is not great at this stage, because we do make a lot of money, well, a decent bit of money from trade, and middle taxation is still the big one. Constantinople, Athens, Rhodes, and a few other places are giving us a massive income there. There we go, we can pay off that loan. Rule challenge, we lose 10 devotion. I mean, that's fine, we're going to get that back in less than 4 years. And Jerusalem, there we go. Ah, on the roads again. Mission done. And now I believe we can... Oh, it needs to be turned into a state still. We are going to do that. It's going to put us a little bit over. But there we go. Now we can form Jerusalem. Let's go. And yes, we'll take the new traditions and ambitions. We get a little reconquest. And we can start doing a bit more convert... Oh, right, we got another... Yeah, so we can do 4 missionaries at the same time. No biggie. And now we're a nice white collar in here. So that is our capital. We do need to get a bit of fortifications in here. We'll probably have Jerusalem have a fort, and then we'll probably have a fort in Man, which I don't remember what exactly that name is going to be once we capture it. So what are the new ideas that we got? Crown of Thorns, so that gives us a bit of prestige and devotion, 1 per year, both. Then we get +2 payroll influence, a career power cost -10%, 5% discipline, 1 missionary and missionary maintenance cost -25%, a land leader shock +1, then the next one's going to be the fort defense, and then diplomatic reputation +2. We got 15% morale of armies, and 2% missionary strength, and once we complete the Jerusalem ideas, we get another 25% manpower. So overall, not too shabby at all. And now we need to capture a lot more areas over here. But that's something that we'll start working towards. So how's the, I guess the aggressive expansion is still what it is. But I suppose we can get a lot of these for 40 people influence now. And there we go, we got the King of Jerusalem achievement done as well. So if we have a look at the top, actually no, it's not showing it up there. Does it show it? Oh yeah, down here. So we've got the 2 achievements that we sent to get, but we are not going to end the playthrough here. No. We still got a lot of secondary goals that we set, which is, say, most of North Africa and Anatolia, and probably a decent chunk of the Balkans, all the way to Persia, and all of Arabia, and all the way to Ethiopia. So we've got a lot of conquest to do, which is probably kind of pointing to the fact that we should probably get going with those conquests. I do actually wonder, why is the quality of the Ottoman troops? So Ottomans, well, I suppose they don't have the full maintenance there, but I think we've got a lot higher morale than they do. They have a higher discipline right now, and they got higher siege ability, higher defensiveness. We got higher professionalism than they do, and the tradition is roughly the same. So I think it's going to be a bit rough, but what do they have as they? So they got Militech 11, same as us. Right, the next one's going to be the 12, and that's going to be quite important. But the ideas are quality and offensive, so their troops are actually going to be slightly better in combat, especially the cavalry by the looks of it. Which is why we're going to need a lot of help from other nations. I'm just a little bit worried about where exactly their troops are. But I think... Actually, where do we have our cores and claims now? Oh yeah, we got a lot of cores in here. Got a lot of claims over there, so we at least got 2 claims there. We need to get these 3, and these 2... and, well, these 3. And that is admittedly Venetian province. But now, getting these will allow us to form, or would allow us to form the Latin Empire. We're going to stay as Jerusalem, though. So I guess we got that at least somewhat sort of... Oh, right, we got another diplomat now that we're higher rank. Did that actually get rid... Oh, yes, we got more governing capacity available. So we could perhaps go ahead and start making more states. Kabylia would be 1. And Jerba would be another one. I think Jerba is going to be at least one of the states that we make. Technically we could probably make both. There we go. Autonomy is going down quite quickly. And now we've got a fairly good... Oh, there we go. That's another 2 conversions done. So the religious situation for us is actually fairly good. Venice has cancelled the military access. Alright then. So we've got the 40,000 men here. We've got the 5,000 men that can do a bit of sieging. Actually, we could send... Yeah, we'll send these over to Albania to siege down at least some of this. Although it's not going to be enough to siege down that one, is it? We could maybe increase the size of this army a little bit, like give it a artillery or 2. Oh, we got a much higher army force limit now. Well, I suppose we need to get a lot more states, so that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get at least 1 culverin in here. Austria is no longer a great power. Are we? We are number 6 on the great powers list, actually. Alright then. Surpassed Mamluks. We are still below Ottomans, admittedly. Not far from Portugal. Who do we have as rivals now? I believe we have... Oh yeah. Portugal, Ottomans, and Mamluks. That makes sense. All 3 are nations that we need to conquer a lot of land from, sooner or later. Oh, and Tunis is having... Yeah, they got a bit of a noble rebellion over there by the looks of it. So they are having a bit of a bad time. Moscow is still quite large. I think they are going to be forming Russia soon-ish. Great Britain has got... Oh, right. Scotland is owning... Oh, Wales is owned by Scotland, let's put it that way. So is Isle of Man, but that doesn't surprise me, the latter one. Wales definitely does surprise me. There we go. We've got a pretty good amount of stuff in here, so I think we're going to wait until the next year before we start the war. We could actually get the Diplotech now, but I think we're going to save up the points. We're going to improve our economy even further if need be. Do we have any better advisors over here? Well, there's the fort defense. That's actually not bad. We'll take that one. That does reduce the size of army that we could have. We've still got fairly decent, all things considered. We got another 2 months before we get the troops there. Oh, there we go. Another conversion done. So we got everything cored. Holy War, we're not at war, but we already got that one. So yeah, there's not too much. We could increase the mercantile. Oh wow, we got 16 per year. Holy crap, that is a lot. Well, fair enough, I suppose. At least we're getting the influence so quickly that we can just keep on pumping into mercantilism for now. Which is, of course, hopefully going to start increasing the amount of money we make in here. Now, actually, how's the... Right, we're no longer collecting over there. I think I might still want to collect in Constantinople. We do have our merchants anyway. We do have a merchant in here. And it is collected there. Okay, so we are earning some, but I suppose since that's no longer our home node, Alexandria would be. And we are collecting in here, I presume, as well. I guess I could... Well, we don't have a lot of trade power in there, so that's kind of pointless. For now, anyway. Oh, we owe our Diplo relations. Right, who do we drop? I don't necessarily want to drop the Papal States. Lithuania is something we could probably end the alliance with. They're no longer allied to Ottomans anyway. Oh, and we could get the idea. That would give naval leader fire. Morale hit when losing a ship would go down, but at the same time, we probably want to save up the points to get the Miltech as soon as possible, because that is going to be very important for the upcoming war. And I think it might actually be time to start the war. So it would be Poland and Austria. We could probably bring in Papal States and Naples as well. So combined, we got a bit of an advantage in the numbers. We'll have the war goal be Avlonia, which we got troops next to anyway. Right, let's go. So this one's still getting the troops soon. We'll probably hold off on actually going in there for a few moments. We can send in our main fleet over to Sea of Marmara, so the enemy can't cross through there. Then we've got our troops over here, which can start sieging down Aleppo. Oh, there we go. We captured one of the trade ships. They got a large fleet there. They are probably going to go to Smyrna. Oh, right, actually, one of the things that I should do is I could... well, that's... There, we can send in the transport down to Aegean Sea. So they can't get to the islands in here. And Smyrna does have the local defensiveness already. As soon as we get the artillery and emperors, we can start sieging down this area. There we go. Off you go. So, how much... There's only Ottomans and Poland on the enemy side. So our side does definitely have the numbers advantage. We got the fleet advantage. Thus far, we've only had one battle, admittedly. They got 20,000 men heading east over here, so we might get attacked here soon enough. Oh, well, they got the troops in here. Version defects. Oh, okay. Trade power and Constantinople goes down, but we get mercantilism. Or we lose mercantilism, get trade efficiency for 10 years. Institutions rate goes up as well. Unfortunately, it's going to expire pretty much immediately. And you know what? We'll just take the mercantilism right now. Oh, there we go. We get the Crusade, so we get even more people influence and more prestige, manpower, morale of armies, tax modifier. Let's actually go ahead and have a look at the army quality now. War enemies, so we got definitely the highest morale. Actually, no rivals needed. So yeah, we got the highest morale. Austria's got pretty good as well, thanks to the Crusade modifier, I reckon. Now, admittedly, well, Hungarians do have a pretty good discipline as well. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of fighting in here. Oh, well, I suppose they're probably going to be fighting against Poland first, for all I know. And I suspect that once we start fighting against Venetians, we can start giving a lot of the land over here to the Pope. We'll just need to call them in to the wars. Conrad Crispo and his family. Ooh, okay, so we can get plus 10 trade power in Aleppo. Or, you know what, yeah, we'll take that. That sounds like a good idea. So we know that they've got their armies near Smyrna. Yeah, they've got 44,000 men there. Gonna move in here to siege down a little bit more of the areas. Not too much, though. Oh, we don't want to spread too far out. There we go, we've got the war goal now. Get to the mountain fort and we can start sieging that one. Let's actually think about the war or peace deal in here. So we could probably take a bit of a land bridge through there. I'll take these two as well. That's probably going to be quite a coalition. Oh yeah, it's quite a coalition already. So we don't necessarily want to take too much land right now. I suppose we'll take Avalonia and Opry. And maybe these two. How bad would that be? That's a bit too much aggressive expansion actually. So we might not take these two. That's still a lot though. But that would give us a nice land connection all the way to Antioch from Smyrna. So the entire coastline over here is basically ours. They still have a little bit of stuff in there, but that's not going to be too important. And then in the next war against Mamluks, we'll probably take a decent bit of land over here. Probably at least these 4 provinces, and maybe also some of the cores that we have in this area. Like Kraka and Ajun and a few other areas there. So that would be quite good. And then Tunisians will probably just take their coastline, so they can't do any more raiding. And then we'll be probably working on connecting the coastline from Gaza all the way to Benghazi. And then take more of Egypt and all that. So it's going to take a lot of wars to achieve all of this. But hopefully this war will last for a while. Not since I want the war to last a while, but it's mostly to reduce our aggressive expansion total in the meanwhile. So we might not have quite a lot of a coalition. We'll still probably have a coalition, mind you, but it might be slightly smaller. Production research flawed. We can take a bit of a prestige hit there. Actually, one of the things that I might want to do is start building a spy network in or Ottomans rather, and in Mamluks, I guess we've got quite a bit of claims in there. Can we get? We could get some claims down here actually. That's a core. We could get a claim in here, and actually it doesn't cost all that much points. Well, no, actually it did cost quite a bit. Next one would be 55 points. Let's siege down a bit more of the lands over here in the Far East before we start heading further west. I'm expecting Austria and, well, Naples is fighting a battle there, but Austria and Hungary to do a lot of the sieging down and all that. Hopefully for me, at least. So I could invest in the Diplotech. I'm going to hold off on that one. Save a bit more points so we can do a bit more development, because that would be quite handy. How close are we getting the next... so the next idea group is at 14, so we've got a bit of distance to get there. We are going to get the governing capacity soon, which is quite nice. There we go. Aleppo has been sieged down. Probably go ahead and clear out more of the mountains in here for now. They have started moving one of their armies east. I don't know where exactly it's going. They're still sieging down Smyrna. I don't know if they're trying to go all the way around. That's always a possibility, I suppose. Ooh, there's 45,000 men sieging down... Is that Prague? Yeah, that's Prague. Right, well, that's a problem for the Austrians, not me. Unless the Austrians decide to step out of the war, then it could be a problem for me as well. Right, now they're starting to head eastwards. They will probably try to get to Antioch, maybe even Aleppo. If they start fighting me on the highlands in here, we'll have the advantage, admittedly. But they're definitely moving forward. They can't get to, or across from Smyrna, so that's at least a saving grace here for now. I want to go and move this one to Sivas. We'll still have the mountains and the highlands. We'll give them a bit more room to see what exactly they're doing. They'll probably just try to de-siege a lot of areas, which is fair, I guess. Oh dear. Yeah, no, that's a lot of troops. I think they might be going... Actually, I'm not entirely sure. They might be trying to de-siege areas, or they might be going for the troops there. That's a 50,000 men. I'm going to go ahead and recruit my troops here. We'll see what they do. We are going to take a bit of attrition in here. They'll try to de-siege a lot of areas. That one's going back west. Prospering times. Ooh. So Gaza's going to get a lot of stuff. Tax modifier, trade power, or manpower. I probably want to get the military power, actually, so we'll go for that one. Oh, these are Syrian. Don't suppose I can... No, I can't promote any more cultures yet. I think it's another one of those... Is it... Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a Diplo 14. We can get another one. Alright, well, that might take a while. Right, the army started heading northwest. So I think I might be able to catch them over here in the drylands. They are going towards Antioch. There we go. We should be able to catch them there. We've got 40,000 men versus their 26,000. We've got such a morale advantage that I think this is going to be quite an easy victory. Oh, we got a new ruler. Let's, I think we could go for the papal protege, but at the same time, I think right now we might actually want to go for the merchant's son to get more money. Not exactly the best 005, but it will do for now. But this is a battle, yeah, this, oh. Right, inspiring leader, plus 5% morale, and possible advisor. That's actually quite nice. So overall, we took about the same amount of losses, I suppose, but we did still win the battle. And now what we can do is we can send in the troops over here again to seize down a bit more land. They move their troops further out, so ooh, there we go. A lot of this, okay, some of them are under Austrian occupation, and a decent chunk are under mine. We've got the war goal at least, and that does help. Uh-oh. Go ahead and consolidate the regiments. We will be there for, oh, there we go. They decided to move out. Decided to switch directions there, let's just say. And now they're moving back out since they realized that, oh, okay, they got a bit more troops in here. Gonna move this one back a little bit. We'll have the armies next to one another at least, so that will help. Oh, and the Neapolitan army has arrived to DC Smyrna. We've got the ships there, so that should help. Oh, we could enlist privateers. Do we want to do that? They'll increase the embargo efficiency quite a bit and privateer efficiency, but we're not really using the privateers too much, so I don't need to do that right now. I can still form the French nation. I don't think we will. And of course the Latin Empire is another thing that we might be able to form if we want to, but I don't think we want to, quite frankly. We'll stay as Jerusalem because that was kind of the entire goal of this series anyway. So while I don't have any of the sort of fortification... Well, actually I do have a fortification that we conquered in here. Oh. Occitan provinces get some unrest and all Greek provinces lose unrest. I mean, we don't have any Occitan provinces, period, so that doesn't really hurt us too much. But we can seize down the rest of Albania. We've got the 17,000 men over there. We are slowly seizing down more highlands in here. And also letting this troops to gain some more strength in the meanwhile. We could probably pay off the loan, actually. There we go. And the next thing that we're going to start saving up for is more of those manufactories. Oh, well... Yeah, Naples is going to have some hard time there. At least they got the morale advantage. But the numbers advantage is definitely on the Ottoman side. So yeah, no, that was a bit rough. They got 17,000 men over here. Okay. So how is the... Oh, right. So the Polish troops are still a bit of a problem there. The Austrians were beaten back, at least momentarily. At least the Hungarians are still seizing down a lot of the areas up there. Of course, they probably want to get those lands for themselves, rather than give them to me. I don't necessarily blame them. That doesn't mean that I approve it. Ah, there we go. So the Ottoman enthusiasm is already at medium. We've got the war goal taking on our side. Admittedly, total, we're not necessarily going to be winning this war anytime soon. But that's fine. We'll work around it. We got 20,000 men heading to Aksaray. Oh, Aksaray. Now they're going to... Okay, so they're trying to go around with the troops. This is still highlands, so we could probably move in both the troops in here. To avoid them from attacking us at least too easily. It's a bit high on the force limit requirements though. Or the supply limit issues here. They're actually going to go ahead and... If I could get to the mountains there, that would be a potentially a good defensive location. They've got a lot of troops in here, but we are still keeping them in check at least. At the same time, the western side is pretty much completely seized down. Probably just go there and start seizing down even more. The Polish are still a problem. Definitely for our allies. Not necessarily for me as much. Unless Austria pieces out or something like that. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But what I do see is we are actually out of time with this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, have the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.